to discuss further is Texas Chairman of Our Republican Legacy and Newsmax columnist, Dr. Merrill Matthews, along with Texas Director for Americans for Prosperity, Genevieve Collins. Thank you both for joining me today. Genevieve, the Republican Party has put a lot into this primary, $69 million dedicated to John Cornyn alone, yet he's the underdog. Why is that so?
Well, I think that what Cornyn's team is seeing is that he hasn't been visible frequently in the state. It's not that he's not doing his job in Washington, but there hasn't been a huge ground campaign. So he is definitely coming in second tonight, and Ken Paxton has run a very lean and thoughtful campaign based on meeting grassroots voters where they are and working on those issues.
Merrill, Ken Paxton has got a laundry list of scandals. He is anything but clean, but that doesn't seem to matter to the MAGA base. Are they going to turn out for him, and why is he outpolling Cornyn at this point?
Isn't that an interesting question, Kelly? I think John Cornyn is perceived as a traditional Republican in Texas. That actually weighs against you in Texas right now, whereas Ken Paxton is considered a bit more of a bomb thrower, probably more of a follower of Trump. I doubt there would actually be much difference in the way that they vote when they go to Congress. John Cornyn has been very effective and almost became the majority leader. Ken Paxton, as you point out, brings a lot of baggage with him, but right now Cornyn is behind. My guess is we'll have a runoff that comes May 26th, so it'll become even a more expensive Senate race.
Genevieve, one of the things that establishment Republicans here in Washington, D.C. are saying is that if Ken Paxton does pull this off, he's susceptible to a loss from whoever the Democrat is. There's always talk, I feel, in every single election cycle, is this the Democrats going to turn, are they going to turn Texas blue? So what is the possibility of that, depending on who wins the Democratic primary today?
Yeah, Kelly, you're right. The Democrats always see Texas as the great white whale, that if they can penetrate and get a candidate, suddenly everything's going to change for them. I think that the reality is that polling shows that Ken Paxton, whether it's with Jasmine Crockett or James Tallarico, as it stands today, it's a really tight race. It's close to a toss-up race in the general election. There's not a tremendous amount of enthusiasm from the Washington kind of crowd and the inside crowd for Ken Paxton, because they see that they're going to have to keep spending a ton of money into the state of Texas, which gets even more expensive because Texas, I mean, we've got 30 million people, and in a general election, you're going for 14 million votes. That is very expensive for television, ground game, mail, everything. And if they can avoid spending that money in Texas, then where can they spend that money to flip other seats like Georgia, New Hampshire, North Carolina? So this is going to be a really tight 2 months when we get into the runoffs, and it will have a lot of money dumped into it.
And Kelly,
Merrill, do you agree with Genevieve? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, yes, I do. The Democrats have a lot of energy in Texas right now. Twice the number of Democrats showed up for early voting this year as happened in the last midterm. So it seems like they have a lot of energy behind them. And that I would be surprised if a Democrat could win the state Senate, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, you know, right. The other argument on John Cornyn's behalf is that he has a storied record in Washington, D.C. He's achieved a leadership position. He's able to bring things back to the state of Texas, whereas Ken Paxton would be starting at scratch. But we'll have to wait and see how this primary plays out this evening and whether we go into a runoff in May. Genevieve Collins, Dr. Merrill Matthews, thank you both for stopping by this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.